The movie opens with a man being held hostage by another man named Tyler. It's not exactly clear what's going on, but what we do know is that Tyler is planning to blow up some tall buildings and that everything has to do with a woman named Marla Singer. The story begins a while back with the hostage, whose name isn't revealed, joining a support group. He works as an automobile recall specialist and is starting to feel very depressed and unsatisfied with his life. At his office, it's even worse because the stress of the job keeps rising. Due to the nature of the work, he has to travel a lot, and so he constantly has to deal with jet lag. The pressure and stress soon turn him into an insomniac, making him unable to sleep for 6 months, so he meets his doctor for help. The doctor dismisses his claim of narcolepsy and tells him that he just needs natural sleep, not medication. He tells the doctor that he's in pain, but the doctor just tells him to visit a testicular cancer support group so he can see people in real pain. One night, he takes the advice and visits a support group to listen to the people share their sad stories. There he meets Bob, a former bodybuilder who had his testicles removed because of a disease. Bob tells him his sad story and embraces him. This pushes the man to let go of his emotions and have a good cry. That night, the insomniac is finally able to get some sleep, so he decides to join even more support groups despite not having any serious illness or crisis. Over the next couple of days, the man goes to the meetings and feels refreshed after each one. However, this newfound peace is interrupted by a woman named Marla Singer, who begins attending the same meetings as him, even though she's in perfect health. Her presence bothers him so much that he has trouble sleeping. At one of the support groups, he decides to confront her about it, and threatens to tell everyone she doesn't have any health problems, but she just does the same. They also exchange numbers, but Marla notices that the man didn't put his name on the card. On a flight back home from one of his assignments, the man meets a man named Tyler Durden for the first time. Tyler gets the man's attention when he shares his theory about the oxygen masks put on planes. He claims that the masks are provided to make the passengers docile and accept their fate in the event of a plane crash. And when he gets home, he finds out that his apartment has been set on fire. With nowhere else to go, he calls the soap maker he met on the plane, Tyler Durden, and invites him to a bar for a drink. At the bar, he tells Tyler his predicament and how he's lost all his belongings. After the drinks, Tyler invites him to stay at his place, but before they leave, Tyler tells the man to punch him in the face. He reluctantly punches him in the ear and gets one in the chest in return. Despite being hurt, they both feel stimulated, so they continue fighting. Afterward, they both go to Tyler's place, and the man immediately notices how run down and dilapidated the house is. The following night, they both fight in the parking lot again, and other men get interested in the friendly fight and join them. They soon become so popular that they form a club and hold consensual fights between new members in the basement of the bar. Every night, Tyler gives newcomers the rules, with the number 1 rule being to never talk about Fight Club. One day, the man receives a call from Marla asking why he hasn't been going to the support groups. He tells her that he found a new group that helps him just as much but only allows male members. He soon gets tired of the call and leaves the phone while she's talking. That night, he dreams about Marla having intercourse with someone, but when he wakes up, he realizes that it wasn't just a dream because he sees her in Tyler's house the next morning. When he asks Marla what she's doing in the house, she gets upset and leaves. Afterward, Tyler comes out and tells him that he picked up the phone and went to her house to keep her from overdosing. However, one of her neighbors tipped the police off about Marla's condition, so Tyler was forced to bring her back home. Tyler tells him not to tell Marla anything about him, but doesn't say why. Soon, Marla becomes a regular figure in the house as she and Tyler continue to indulge in marathons of sexual activities, which frustrates the man. And later that day, Tyler takes him to steal the discarded fat from the back of a liposuction clinic to make soap with it. When they get home, Tyler tells him that the fat can be used to make dynamite. When the man goes to work the following day, his boss confronts him about the copy of Fight Club rules he found in the office. The man just threatens the boss by suggesting he would shoot everyone in the office. The conversation is interrupted by Marla, who calls him to come over and help her check her breast for lumps. He goes over to help her, but wonders why she didn't call Tyler. Later, he comes across Bob from the support group, who tells him that he's found a new club but isn't allowed to talk about it. The man immediately knows he's talking about Fight Club and reveals he's also a member. The two then go to the basement and fight each other. The next day, the man goes to the manager's office and threatens to expose the company's corruption if he doesn't pay him. The manager fires him, so Tyler begins hitting himself and doesn't stop until the manager promises to meet all of his demands. Afterward, he leaves the office with his stuff, expecting weekly paychecks even though he's no longer working. Soon, more fight clubs pop up in other towns, and Tyler begins sending the members of the club to vandalize buildings, shops, and other properties on the street at night. Soon, the man discovers that Tyler is building a secret army to carry out all of his bidding. Initially, he's perplexed as to why Tyler needs an army, but soon realizes that he's been sending his soldiers to burn down buildings and commit other crimes which have now gotten the attention of the police chief, who believes that the crimes are connected to the fight clubs. When the man asks Tyler's recruits why they committed the crimes, they reveal that it's all part of Project Mayhem, but state that the rules forbid them from talking about it. Meanwhile, the man feels left out of Tyler's plans in Project Mayhem. In his frustration, he brutalizes one of the recruits during a fight and afterward berates Tyler for not including him in his plans, but Tyler tells him that the project belongs to all the members of Fight Club. During one of their dangerous missions to destroy public property, Tyler's recruits are attacked by the police, and Bob gets shot dead in the process. When the man finds out about this, he decides to search for Tyler so he can put an end to Project Mayhem. He travels to all the cities Tyler must have gone to and searches all the places affiliated with fight clubs. He enters a bar for the first time and he hears some workers paying tribute to Bob, implying that they're also members of Fight Club. The bartender then welcomes him back, even though he's never been to the bar before. He asks the bartender what he's talking about, so he tells the man that he is Tyler Durden. The man gets confused as to why they think he is Tyler, so he calls Marla to find out what's going on. When she addresses him as Tyler and confirms that they are in a relationship. After the phone call, Tyler suddenly appears in the room and tells the man that he's disappointed in him because he told him not to talk about him to Marla. At this point, Tyler recalls all the things that have happened over the past months. Tyler tells him that he's planning a revolution to create a new world and states that Marla is a threat because she knows too much. While arguing with Tyler, he collapses and loses consciousness. When he wakes up, he rushes back home and finds all the plans of Project Mayhem. He discovers that Tyler plans to destroy the buildings containing credit card records so that he can erase all the debt. He tries to warn the managers of the companies, but finds out that they've been infiltrated by Fight Club members. He convinces Marla to leave the town for her safety. He deactivates the bomb but gets attacked by Tyler. However, the security footage just shows him fighting with himself. Tyler then throws him down the stairs, causing him to pass out. When he wakes up, he's tied to a chair and being held hostage at gunpoint by Tyler. He begs him to end Project Mayhem, but Tyler insists that he must complete it to free the people from consumerism. In his desperation, he realizes that he and Tyler are the same person and that the gun is in his hand. At that moment, he tells Tyler that his eyes have been opened and shoots himself in the mouth. The bullet exits the side of his cheek, leaving him injured but alive. Tyler, on the other hand, appears to have a gaping hole at the back of his head, implying that he has been shot. Tyler then collapses and disappears. Suddenly, some of the Fight Club members arrive with Marla. He tells the men to leave Marla with him and go downstairs. The empty skyscrapers around them begin to explode and crumble to the ground. More buildings get blown up and the story ends with him holding Marla's hand and telling her that she met him at a very strange time in his life. That's all for today's recap. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you next time.